Hi, I'm Nancy Muir. I'm with Legacy Hospice. I'm Community Education Liaison here in Charlottesville for, along with another, my cohort, Linda. I'm very happy to be with you all, and I'm very happy that two of my wonderful teammates from Legacy Hospice are here today. Astrid Kaiser, registered nurse, is our patient care manager, and as you heard earlier, she's had decades of experience in palliative and hospice care, so wonderful. And then one of our wonderful chaplains, David Cole. So would you all just, wave? And I hope if you haven't gotten to meet them, you will. If you'd like to stop by our office and see us, we are over on Falconer. We're in the old Real Estate 3, Better Homes and Gardens, beautiful brick building, right off of Old Ivy Road. So I hope you'll stop by and see us. If we're a very friendly bunch, we'd love to show you around. So I wanted to ask you, first of all, what word do you associate with hospice? Somebody tell me. I hear that so much. We really like to change that because we feel like we're about living, and at hospice, at Legacy, we really try to help people confront life and death in their own terms and help them live their life longer for as long as they can, in the fullest way they can. And so this is a big lot of words here, but really what does that mean? What do? We do things like a patient wants to go to see their daughter graduate from college, or a granddaughter, grandson be married. That's out of state. We arrange that kind of care. We help with making that happen in many different ways. Bigger terms, somebody has a timeshare in Florida, let's just say, and this actually happens. People want to go there in the summer, winter, who wouldn't? So they want to go for 6 months. We can arrange that. They might be transferred to another hospice care down there, and then and we stay in touch with them with that and make that all happen. It's part of making life more fully, and that's what we do. So please, I hope you'll be thinking about hospice after today's presentation a little bit more in terms of life and not that other word. So what is hospice? You know that it's palliative care, it's comfort care, it's not treatment for the terminal illness. And also, we're providing emotional and spiritual support, not only for the parent or for the patient, but also for the families. And we want that son, daughter, whoever the caregiver is, to be able to be the son or the daughter, be emotionally, relationally involved, and not have to do so much of the heavy lifting. We like to take some of that burden off by doing care management with the doctor, also providing equipment. We'll talk about some of those different things, but we want them to be able to be relational with their patient during this special stage in life. Who is it for? Patients have to qualify under Medicare criteria, and the PCP has to specify that this patient has 6 months or less to live. So also, then they have life-limiting illnesses. You're familiar with a lot of them, cancer, whatever. Also, Alzheimer's is not on here, but Alzheimer's disease is very frequently a diagnosis. Who's on the Legacy Hospice team? I want you to know that patients can come to hospice with their own PCP. A lot of people think they have to give up their PCP. No, they can. Those patients usually are followed by their primary care, not the specialist, but the primary care physician. And then our own hospice, Legacy Hospice employees include the registered nurse, who's the case manager, and also the CNA. By the way, registered nurse, we only hire registered nurses. CNAs are who we hire for the home health piece, and they may give a bath, they may help do range of motion and strength exercises, they may fix a light meal. There's lots of different things that our CNAs do around the home. And then we have our social worker and our chaplains, and they, not like I mentioned earlier, not only provide support for the patient, but also for the family. So, but they get involved in lots of different things, putting up bird feeders outside of a nursing center. So the patient's in the bed, they can watch the birds. It's, fun things. What else does Legacy Hospice provide other than the personnel? We're also providing equipment, and we're providing medications that are for pain, and also those medications that are associated with the terminal illness, and also disposables. Disposables typically like incontinence supplies, catheter supplies, bandaging, the like. By the way, did I mention there's never a charge for hospice? It is always under Medicare or Medicaid. It's under, it's covered completely. There's no copay, so it's a great service. Where are the hospice services available? Basically, it's Medicare benefits travel with the patient wherever they are. Typically, assisted livings, nursing homes, and the patient's home. We have our license. Legacy Hospice is licensed in about 16 counties, but we're active in about 12. So how does it work? As I mentioned, no payment. It's a great service. But the way that it works is a patient's physician would refer to a hospice. And then once we've received that referral, I get involved with getting the documentation that helps the patient meet criteria for hospice. And that is reviewed by our hospice team and at Legacy. And then once that patient has been approved for hospice services, then we can contact the family and have them sign the necessary forms in agreement to start hospice services. And it begins. It happens relatively quickly. At Legacy, patients get real special care. We do have a team of volunteers. Those volunteers get trained. They provide companionship. They can run errands, different things like that. I also wanted to tell you about the Hospice Foundation of America Fund. Sometimes people want to make a donation to hospice. Legacy Hospice doesn't fundraise, but when people send us donations, we send it to the Hospice Foundation of America and have it earmarked for Legacy Hospice patients. And so we've done some really neat, the power lift chairs that some patients can't afford. We can request that those be paid for that patient from those funds. And we've provided dentures, and we've provided some bigger items on a one-on-one basis that aren't typical, but in some really special cases that, anyway, that's a wonderful service that we're able to offer our patients. Also, intermittently, we offer grief support groups for anyone in the community. And I'd just like to mention that at Legacy Hospice, birthdays are really special, and we usually get several team members and celebrate their birthday. They might need something special, and Jennifer's giving me the 1-minute sign, so I'm going to stop there and let you all ask a question, if anybody has any.